I believe it's time for now. Anyway, um, once again, trouble setting up audio and the cameras this time. So we'll, like, they stay exactly where they are. It's like the software is the problem. Anyway, this time we'll rush through a knife and we'll. Wait, should we draw Nick Cage? We'll draw people. What is this? Hmm. What? Is this supposed to be AI generated or something? Probably is. I don't know what I'm looking at, but this appears to be an AI generation call out. I mean, this looks like standard bot shit, not AI gen. Anyway, is that the vibe controller? Is that what those look like? This is kind of hilarious. Anyway, I don't know what I'm drawing. Okay. This might be good because this will force me to do lips again, which I'm clearly not good at. And then, is this like a jawbone? Or are these supposed to be antlers? Let's go for this. Muse. It's good shit. It's good shit. It's good shit. Okay, so they draw all the way up to here and they leave that, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that. It kind of gives like a Borderlands vibe in a way, like the thick outline. Cool. Why? Why won't you work? What are you doing? Hello? We're just gonna close it. What a pain in the ass, dude. Why is my phone going off? Trying to relaunch Krita. Bro, this might be the shortest stream in the world. Dude, what is going on? Just fucking launch. It takes 2 seconds. You're on a fucking 7,000 megabit per second SSD. Like what? There's no excuse. Oh, now it's going. Okay, okay, sure. Okay, new image. Great. That will the wheel work? The wheel's working. It's red again. The wheel's working for now. So I press it again. All right. There we go. Next problem we're checking out. So they go all the way up and leave it. I guess this is cold. It's not really that cold. I wonder why it's... Am I that hot? I didn't think so. Okay. So they kind of... See, this is one of those things where, like, how do you plan for this? I'm going to draw the neck now. Am I a genius or what? Definitely what? Because it's going to bite me in the ass. Should I draw the hairline as the face line and follow that? I feel like the real way to do this would be to draw the face and then draw over it, which is how I generally do it. But since I'm copying it, I could just do that. I'm just gonna draw normal. Okay. I don't like it. This isn't really normal, but it's normal adjacent. So let's add a new layer. Let's just draw. I guess, is that the eyelash? The eyebrow? And then just kind of make it work, right? Bro, it is bothering me so much that it's doing that. I must be heated. Okay, so we got that going. And they did this, which I really like. That's good shit. That's good shit. And there's a very simple thing for me to do here. Because what? What? There we go. I am fucking lazy. Can I rotate? There we go. No. Okay. That is not what we thought would happen there. Let's put that roughly there and do roughly that. Okay. We're good. We're good. Let's add a new layer for what I'm going to call the nose line. Interesting. So they went with a little different of a shape here. This one's like a little less anime than a lot of them. And this honestly is a little like goat-like, which I assume is because, or like, I guess like animal-like. I assume because that's what they went for. It's a little snouty. We'll call it snouty. Snouty Piper. That was a wrestler, right? God, I hope that wasn't a porn star, because that would be so awkward if that's what I just said. You know, I outside of ones that are like popular because of pop culture, I never bothered to learn. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a character searcher. I'm a category searcher. We'll say that. It always felt weird to me that people were like, "Oh yeah, this is my favorite porn star," and I'm just like, "What?" But you have like a catalog? What's going on, bro? Or like, you know, they'd mention people in conversation. I'm just like, who? They're like, oh, you've never seen any of her vids? Or his? Anyway. See, for me, I feel like this is way too big of a lip already. And you're telling me that I'm not done. I guess to be fair, that's not necessarily lip. It's just like color. God, that looks so weird to me. Okay, let's can I rename this? I'm gonna call that lips. So I know to come back to that because I just gotta step away from that. That don't look right. She don't look right. In fact, before we step away, I'm getting rid of all of it. Get it out. It's gone. It's gone. We'll come back to lips. I don't like it. I don't like what's going on. I don't approve that. Should be illegal. Okay. So they did like a eyebrow combo into this, which works, albeit I do feel it's a little weird personally. Okay, I think they just copy pasted like the outline and then added details later. I didn't add any skill to mine, so it's got that going for it. I think we redo that one. Not that the other one's particularly good. I just think doing the empty strat is going to be better if I just do like that instead. Okay. I think maybe I need more curve in these to like accentuate the glee. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Yeah, it turns out I'm not. Let's move on. Let's move on. For now. For now. Okay. So let's maybe do a little hair. I'm thinking actually, hold on. I'm thinking we just move the whole thing down. All right, nose first. We'll do the nose first. Right? Just move it down. Okay. Eye. I don't feel like I want to make the head that much bigger. You know? Oh. Okay, that could be a problem. We'll have to redraw it then. Thought I could get away with that. And if I just bring these down. Wait, did I? Oh, I did do both of them in one layer. Holy fuck, I'm a genius. God, I'm so smart. Okay, that's good. We're good. So this is empty, I think. Okay. So now, let's try and, oh, fucking hell. Select, deselect, there we go. Let's try and draw some hair. We're gonna first extend this. This is technically hair to me. It's not, but I think it's gonna be the best way. Okay. Alright. Let's go all the way back to layer 1. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. We're gonna come all the way up. We're gonna call this hair. We're gonna be responsible. Okay. Responsible adjacent. Okay, we'll deal with the rest of that later. Okay. That's a lumpy fucking head, and that's my fault, but whatever, bro. Enjoy. Okay. So then this kind of just comes out from here. God, how do people just do this? It's so crazy to me. So that kind of splits off into two. One that just goes all the way down. This is really well done hair, I feel like. It gets the point across without having like line spam like my shit ends up being. And it also, I mean, I guess because it's you know, colored in here, it's maybe a little easier to start with even deciphering. But, you know, it's like pretty easy to decipher because sometimes I swear the hair just like will start out of nowhere. And I'm like, what? Like, why did it do that? And I just can't follow it. Like, there's just random lines that just don't add up for me. And it makes it, like I said, really, really difficult. All right, so I've already fucked up the hair. Damn it. Classic. Classic. Already fucked up. 15 minutes in. Okay. I think I've like triple fucked up, but we're just gonna live with our mistakes. Wait a minute. Is that copy pasted? You son of a bitch. That's what I'd do if I didn't need the practice. I think it's like partially and then they redrew it because it is so similar. Then again, they might just have that much practice at it that it doesn't even matter. So they could just be like so similar because they do it all the time. That's probably actually it. It's probably not copy pasted. Although copy pastaing would work and then you just like take the finer details and, you know, redo it. It's probably just like years of doing the same hairstyle and an art style. Okay. So this weirdly, I guess, goes empty back there. I guess because the ear is separating it. And then there's some back here again. We'll just do the little line in there. I don't know what the fuck that is. This one also just has lines to show that it's not like you can't see the separation. But that's going to be really hard with how I've done it because there's not going to be any color. So let's add, you know, a couple of these random little lines. That's not right, but we'll do it anyway. Sure. Sure. God, how do they decide to do these things? It's so cool. I don't know. I feel like in my head, nothing is ever, nothing I'll do is ever going to be like good enough. So I'm just going to always question it, you know? It's a little puffy in the back here, isn't it? Okay. So let's start by erasing this one we actually just did. We're going to do an ear. What would you call this? I guess a doe ear. Do they say Appalachian? Oh no, that's so. This is like an intro to them. Oh, it's behind the B2. Okay. Sushi and energy drinks. Well, not a combo I'd go for. I've actually had quite an aversion to anything like fish related since I got sick from some bimbap, which is like I think it can be hot or cold. I had it like cooked, which is more typical, I believe, and it's basically like Korean sushi. Otherwise, mm, I feel like this is both it and not it at the same time. Okay, let's go back to hair and clean this up for us, and maybe that'll okay. That's a little better. It's not great. So let's do this. Okay. No. So I fucked up the scale here. But we're just gonna roll with it because I am ass. You know what they say. Okay. Good enough for me. I'm about to sneeze. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's go back. Oh no, that was on hair layer. No. That's fine. It's fine. Why was that one so smooth? Maybe a little smaller. And like that. Okay. And we'll deselect. Oh, it's not selected. Okay. Well, then we'll just do that. And we'll kind of draw in some ear here. I could leave it so this one is backwards, and I actually think that would have looked pretty good. But we'll just do this instead. How's that? Maybe, hold on. We'll redo this real quick. It's not quite right to me. I think I'm gonna move on for it for now, but something about that ain't right. Yawn. Okay. Go to that one. That's a bit much, isn't it? I don't know, man. How do I approach these fucking lips, dude? I just don't feel like I can do that. Maybe I'll draw the mouth with teeth and we'll address the lips later. So we'll just do like, man, I feel like it's, hold on, I have an idea. Zoom in. Maybe this will help. Okay, if this doesn't work, I have a new idea after this. Okay, so we'll just pretend that we're drawing. We'll do whatever the hell is going on here. And then whatever the hell's going on here. Very good, very good. Okay. So now, let's try and add a little more detail. And then like, whatever's going on here. And then let's try and, you know, solidify. Okay. I think the problem is I'm not getting that angle right over here. I don't really want to do this because I feel like it was looking okay. It's just not looking the right direction okay. Does that make sense? How the fuck do you draw this? Okay. I do think maybe, what if I do this? Okay, now her teeth are crooked. All right, I'm gonna cut that out for now. Okay. Select, deselect. What if I do something like, just, how's that? Just leave it. All right, fine. Okay. You know what? We had something going with that first part. So let's do like this. No, it's too abrupt. I think part of the problem is I don't know how to smile, so. Okay. I give her fake shaded lip thing. Maybe the big issue is I'm just not using color, and therefore I can't get the look, like the shading necessary. It's also, I mean, I think more than anything, it's definitely I lack the skill to do this. So this one comes out a lot further. Dude, I don't understand this. How do they do it? What if I like add these lines here? Whatever those lines do. Okay. Feel like that's just, I think the problem is it looks like Betty Boop to me. Every time I see this, it just looks cartoonish. Like it doesn't look good. Hold on. Should we hold on? We keep fucking selecting this color. There you go. I don't know how to color things in, by the way. That wasn't obvious. Will this help? Maybe that's it. I'm like mentally combining the teeth and whatnot and like the rest of the mouth together. So it just looks so weird to me. God, this looks like fucking clown makeup now though. Because I don't know how to draw. Bro, somebody take this fucking pen away from me. Should we get some on our teeth? Do we tell her? Bro, it's bleeding. Do I tell her? How did they do that? Give me my fucking black back, bro. Oh my god, it looks so fucking stupid. I don't know what that line is, but they've got it, so I should too, right? If you ignore the lips, it doesn't look that bad, does it? Wait, is she wearing a leash? Did I not notice that before? Okay, let's go back. We're going back in black. First layer. We'll fix that neck up real good, girl. Come on now. Why am I speaking like that? Okay. So that should be fine. Let's work on her leash. Apparently. Okay. Who am I to tell a woman not to wear a leash? Look at that, it's even reinforced. Jesus. She must get off uh frequently. The leash, I mean. Presumably. Okay. Maybe we stop talking. Okay. Is this like a color too? This starting to look a little sus the way I'm drawing it. I think it really will need the color, but guess what? We can't color. The lips are the most you're gonna get out of me. I feel like, how can I add depth to that as is? I need it to like do that. How do I do that? I think that might actually not look too bad if I could figure that out. Let's go back actually. I want to fix her chin. I don't feel like I like her chin right now. How do I... Okay, so let's go back to lips. I actually don't think these lips look that bad. They're like my best attempt yet. They're not good. I'm not pretending that they're as good as the original or anything like that. But I need to figure out how I can... How can I... Is there a way where I can shrink only one side? Is that a thing? If I lock... So if I lock that and do that, no. How do I... Can I lock it? What if I flip it? Definitely not the play. I know I could, like, cut it in half and shrink it. I know I can do that, right? I feel like there should be a way to, like, lock these so that it stays scaled. Because then I'd have to, like, fuck with it, you know? That actually isn't that bad. It's not that good, but it's not that bad. I feel like I've done it before. I just don't remember how I've done it. I don't know if that makes sense. Oh, wait, wait, wait. We might be onto something with this. If I do it the other way, and then flip it. Hold on. I think I just put it back exactly the way it was. So, uh, all right, let's just move on. Let's just fucking move on. Thank you for your your original art here. Oh, I didn't draw the fucking horns. You don't get horns. I took them away because I can't draw horns. It's not your fault. Um, shit. I feel like I'm doing the thing where I just sit there and criticize one single aspect of it, and I'm making no progress, like, mentally. Um, so I feel like it's better if I just move on. I think overall it came out great, but the fact that, for one, I forgot several parts. Shit. I'm just gonna draw this right now. Now nobody knows. All right. See? Um yeah, the fact that I forgot several parts and can't fucking draw lips. It's got me kind of fucked up here. All right, let's just start something new. And you already know what we're going to do. Nice. I have been thinking, I have like a model of a car. Actually, I have like a ton of Hot Wheels from when I was a kid somewhere. I should find those and draw them. But yeah, I have like an old 64 Mustang model that I might draw at some point, but that's probably a whole stream situation, not just like a partial. I need to find a knife to draw. What do we go for? Well, let's go look. I'll be back. Okay, we're gonna go for the classic Benchmade Bug Out. This one has Flightanium scales. This is the one I've been talking about before, where it had the G10 scales. It's in CPM 20CV. I somehow stripped the pivot screw, and I actually think a body screw had been stripped as well. I don't know if they replaced that. I don't recall. But I ended up taking the G10 scales off. I actually liked them better, but I'm too lazy to unassemble and reassemble it again because it's kind of a pain in the ass. There's like little springs here. It's a whole ordeal. I don't feel like dealing with it. Um, I don't know. I usually prefer my Carta. That's why I got the scales. They were also like, I think they were like on sale. They were like a clear out deal. I think because they were getting rid of these older style ones like this. Anyway, I wonder, this probably needs to be sharpened. I actually used to use this one pretty much every day for opening and closing, or opening and dismantling boxes. And I've sharpened it a couple times. And I don't remember when the last time I did is. It's definitely sharp, but like it's duller than it ought to be. So this, we might go for this direction. We've been doing a lot of them with this. I mean, the only real benefit would be to be able to draw that pocket clip. But I mean, it should be okay, right? All right, so let's, first things first, add the blade layer. Okay. Do. Okay, so that kind of comes up like that. And then kind of curves just a little bit, right? Because it's not, oh, sorry. It's not straight, right? It's got some material missing up there. So let's keep going. There's no set schedule for these streams, by the way. Like, I just do it whenever I feel like I can. But they're usually only like an hour, So it doesn't really matter. Feel like I didn't put enough into that, but now I'm doing too much, aren't I? Okay. So let's go and undo that. I watched a movie last night because I was kind of bored. Couldn't fall asleep or whatever. I don't fucking remember even when I watched it. It's called The Rip. Actually wasn't as bad. I mean, I didn't really think it was going to be bad because it had some big names in it. And yeah, sometimes big names do get associated with garbage because they'll just take the paycheck. I thought it was going to be like your standard cop shooter. It was a little better than I thought it was going to be. Maybe that's it. I thought it was going to be like so run of the mill that I was like, I'll watch it because the names are in it. Maybe they wouldn't. I think it was Matt Damon and uh, what's his name? Why can't I think of his name? It's Ben Affleck, right? I don't know why I don't want to say Ben Affleck, but it was surprisingly good. It is Ben Affleck. Okay, it was surprisingly good. It's kind of weird to me. I feel like I give new actors and new shows, if you will, movies, a shot, and they're like almost never what I. It's like not the same as watching, or at least how I remember watching, say like like Mission Impossible, like the first Mission Impossible back in the day. I would have been a kid, I guess. So there's also some level of wonderment to be had there, and I'm not even sure that that's the best choice because I just feel like that's a good option like to use here because I feel like pretty much everyone would at least enjoy the first Mission Impossible the first time they see it because it's like it's not as crazy as the newer ones, and it has like a level of storytelling to it, a level of like mystery to it, right? It wasn't simply like world's in trouble, bro needs to change or save the world somehow. Like it wasn't just that. There was a little more to it back in the first one, which made it a little more interesting than just like the action packed stuff it is now. Not that I necessarily have a problem with action packed stuff. It's just it's different. I feel like more people can get like into the potential for not having action or not being 100% action than people who like require action. Okay. All right. Not too bad. But yeah, it was definitely like decent of a movie. And what I was going to say is I feel like a lot of new stuff I watch just doesn't have that. I don't know. I don't know what to put it. Like the magic behind it. It feels a lot more soulless. Um, Even like Dune, which I enjoyed, but like it just feels like I've seen the first and second, and I don't think the third one's out yet, right? I just feel like I haven't even read the books, but I feel like I know the books are better. Even though I like the movies, it's just like so much feels missing from that. It's not necessarily just the performance of the actors because they do pretty good in that. So it's not the best example, but like the storytelling overall is just it feels all over the place. It feels like they're trying to tell 10 different stories at once while only trying to make you focus on one, and it doesn't work. It's trying to tell a story like a book can, but you can't. in the amount of time. I'm not really sure what's going on with my arm, by the way. Is that this arm? It's this arm. Okay, it is this arm. Why is it because I'm wearing black? I was wearing black yesterday. I don't know, man. Yo, hold on. Is it sorry, I'm moving the mic. Is it the mic? Is the mic arm? I think that's what it was. The mic arm was picking up as an arm. But I just find in general as well, like modern actors or new modern actors just aren't honestly as good. I don't know how else to put it. Like the older actors somehow do it better. And I get you could say, well, they have more experience now, but it's not even about like their new work. I just feel like a lot of times I guess it was more forgivable if they weren't good back then. I think that's what it might be. Cuz now you have everything, right? You have the greats to look back at and be like, "Oh shit, that's how they did it. I can emulate that." You have all of this technology to do all these things you couldn't do. And I just don't feel like they do very good with it. Is that right? But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I need to come up with a good example. So, like, a modern movie that I feel like works is Barbie. Barbie was good. Um, a lot of people though connected better with Ryan Gosling. He had like the best jokes. That's kind of the writer's fault. But it also has to do with the most amount of people can relate to him, right? Because there are certain people who are never going to be able to relate to Barbie. There are also certain people who are never going to be able to relate to Ken. But those people who will never be able to relate to Ken will also probably not be able to relate to Barbie because she's a certain type of feminist, I guess we'll call it, where she's not traditional enough for them. So they won't relate to them either way. But for Ken, the type of person who's not going to relate to Barbie is going to relate to Ken, but in the wrong way. So that movie as a whole works because it's a very broad spectrum of appeal, right? The two main characters, if you will, obviously Barbie and her side villain, I guess, in the movie, sidekick, are very relatable. And they're played by very skilled actors. And if you go back, there are plenty of movies like that. And you can argue that there are movies like that still being made today. I mean, that's not even that old of a movie. But from a similar time frame, I want to take the Joker, the second Joker. The first Joker was actually really enjoyable. I really enjoyed that one. And again, the character was kind of relatable. Maybe not so much in the sense that you would murder someone, but in the sense that his anguish and grief at how the world effectively treated him and discarded him is relatable to just about anyone. But in the second one, it's the storytelling is just completely all over the place. And I get that it's probably supposed to be a matter of this this movie is like from a delusional person's perspective, but oh no, I'm not going to have space for this. But it doesn't really work. It's just not coherent, right? You can't tell a story to an audience like that and have it make sense. You know, because if you then take Donnie Darko, it's a similar vein, right? You're telling the story from the perspective of uh, a schizophrenic person, more or less, like a fully delusional person. And that makes sense. That's a cult classic at the very least, if not just a general classic, right? Like that one is understandable. And they all use, maybe it isn't just necessarily the, because I was thinking it's kind of like a lot of the newer actors just don't have the power. You know, they don't have like the ability to just be in it. But maybe it's more so they're not being given good enough scripts because I mean Lady Gaga necessarily isn't because that's Harley Quinn in that, right? But she's not necessarily the pinnacle of acting. But the same Joker, right? I mean, he did a good enough job. Honestly, she did a fine enough job, but the story itself was just fucking ass. It was so bad. It was just incomprehensible and not particularly enjoyable. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's all about how bad the story is. And it's that newer actors aren't even given the chance because the work isn't put in for the other shit. Like it's not good. So how can you make, how can you make a masterpiece when they give you like an old crumpled up piece of paper to draw on, right? First off, I can't even draw to begin with. But I think maybe that's it. But I had been thinking, and I still do kind of think, generally newer actors just don't have it. And it probably is a combination of what I'm saying here, right? I don't think a lot of them have it, and it's hard to bring in. Let's do the pivot first. Someone new to a space where people both want something familiar and want something new at the same time. Like they're sick of Tom Cruise, but also they keep watching the same fucking Mission Impossibles. Um, I don't know how I just did that, but like, I don't even think Tom Cruise is particularly that good of an actor at this point. Like, he's better than me, and he's cooler than me. He's got more talent than me, but like, he's not the greatest actor in the world or anything. But there's something about his Mission Impossibles that are fun and work, and you kind of forget like, okay, it is Tom Cruise, but like you kind of forget that you're just watching the same old. Um, I think we'll maybe leave off that last one because I fucked up the scale here. I feel like I need a better example. I feel like Tom Cruise was a bad example here because I don't even think he's particularly, like I said, he's definitely better than me at anything he'll ever do. Right? He can fly planes and shit. Maybe that's where he shines. The dedication to the craft. I mean, I get that a new actor, if they're not a Nepo baby, probably isn't going to have access to being able to fucking fly a plane or a helicopter or whatever. But like the dedication to learning the craft and doing the stunts himself is kind of something in and of itself, right? Let's see who. I mean, I feel like Chalamet. He's kind of a bit of a popper offer, right? He's flying off the shelves. I feel like he's perfectly fine. I mean, I don't really get the hype. I especially find that one. There's like a super fan for him, right? That he's the one with that super fan. I find that very creepy. Um, and especially since I think it started when the dude was underage. I find that like straight up disturbing, to be quite frank, like with you. Um, that's not his fault. That part's not his fault. Uh, but like I don't think he's particularly good or bad, you know. But I don't think he's like the level of Matt Damon. You know what I mean? And I don't even think again Matt Damon's necessarily that good. It's just that the work he's been given isn't. I guess it really like the more I think about it, it really is that they're just putting out mediocre stuff. I guess that's it. It's not necessarily that new actors don't have the same power or skill. It's that they can't show it if they do have it because there's nothing out there to do it with. That's right. This isn't this isn't Spider Co. And it's not the greatest fucking butterfly ever, by the way. Right? We're not remembering to draw the spider, but we are remembering to draw the butterfly. Not very well. Not very good. Yeah. Not a great butterfly. I literally like wrote exactly over the line and you can't tell I even wrote something. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck it. Obviously, scaling's quite a bit off here. Right? I missed the bottom part of the handle because I fucked up. I actually kind of wanted to try and draw this. Okay, apparently the scaling was perfect. I just need more space. What the fuck? How did I do that? No, I did it at 100% though, didn't I? So the scaling's not perfect. Well, I guess technically the scaling would be perfect if I did it at 100%. I just did it 33% larger, right? Because if it's at 66.7% and it's somehow how did I do this? Ugh, man. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and just draw this real quick. I just wanna like work on it. I wanna see if I can do it. So we're gonna draw the the bottom part here. Fuck. Let's do that. I don't think that matters that much. And I wanna just go for it because once again, if I just keep looking at it and keep looking at it, I'm gonna just be mad at myself for how bad it looks. So if I just go for it, I think I have a shot at maybe making it kind of mentally work here. The problem is this is done so fucking well. Why was I so... I can't even make these anymore. I don't know what it is. I just can never fucking match them. I'll make like a couple of them. I'll like get in the zone. I'll do like 10 of them or something. And then I get afraid when they start to fray and I have to like tighten them and they come apart. And I'm like, how did I do this? How did I fucking do it? I think part of the problem is this would originally have come out to probably like here, right? There would have been a ton left over. And now that I'm left with this, it's a lot harder to do when like you're working with tiny little stringlets. That's probably a big part of it. Okay, so let's start. So this, okay, this comes around like that. And it should come over twice. So we'll do that. And we'll do that. And that comes over twice, and we'll just kind of like cap it off like that. And we'll do like that to kind of show that. And then this comes over once, so we'll cap that off. And now this is where it really starts to get wonky, so let's try and erase that. And that tucks in to there like that. And then fuck, this is so confusing looking. This one actually, believe it or not, this one happens to be an easier one to draw because it's so short. So if I do something, God, that's so thick. All right, let's thinninate that. Let's draw that like that. Okay. So if I do like that, and then I should be able to draw that, and out should come the end, and then out should come the end, and then out should come that somehow, and then come on, this one should go like that, while going like that. Is that it? I think that's basically it, but I've left a really large spot there that's really hard to look at. I don't know. I don't think that's it, but it visually like kind of looks the part, but then like if you follow it, I feel like it doesn't make enough sense. Actually, I do think it makes sense because we're looking at it from this angle. Uh, yeah, like that. So like it kind of makes a little bit of sense. 'Cause you have 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2. Okay, I'm short one. That's where we're going wrong. That's where we're going wrong. So we need one more to kind of come out and do something like that. Maybe that helps. Not really. There's still that weird space. How did I fuck that up? I guess it's because it's like that. So it's like at an angle instead of flat because this is rectangular, I guess, if you will. Would maybe be a little easier if it were circular or cylindrical. Oh man, what am I doing? I want to keep going, but I feel like I'm gonna get caught up on things. I'm gonna try and redraw the butterfly real quick. I'm gonna leave what I've got there, but I'm gonna try and redraw it. Okay. So here is how I'm going to do it. So they got like that. And they do this. So it comes out. And it kind of just does that. Then it goes in. Then it comes out. And then it's kind of covered. I think it comes out and then it goes back. And then it comes out and it goes back. And then it finally closes in. And then does that. So now, the smart way to do this is to just Control C, Control V, take that, and then bada boom. Shrink it. Let's combine that. So theirs is about that. Okay. So now, go back to that, and we can clean it up. Actually, don't even mind the way it looks necessarily. And then they have Benchmade written there. We'll just put that. That's what I should have done from the start. And then I can just copy and paste that over to there or drag and drop it. So this underneath it, I believe it says 535 or something. Yeah, USA 535. 535 is the Benchmade bug out code, I believe. And then the other side just says 20 CV, which is the steel. If you are buying, by the way, if you're buying Spyderco or Benchmade, I generally recommend you buy them from like a major retailer. Not that you can't get a fake or something from there, but these are like the most heavily faked knives. Um, so I would go with, I say major. Caviso is a very small brand, honestly, but they own I think all the rights to Mastrop's old things. I feel like a lot of people know who Mastrop was. They are now Drop. They used to sell knives in like the EDC cache. Now Caviso owns them. So if you wanted to support a smaller one who often has good deals on Spyderco's, but they're limited Spyderco's and Benchmade, they're limited. That would be them. Otherwise, I'd maybe just shop at like Blade HQ, Knife Center, um, Saint Nick's Knives. DLT is probably all right, because they have their own exclusives. Same with Saint Nick's. So does obviously Blade HQ and Knife Center, but they're like massive, massive. There's a bunch of companies out there, but I would go with, if you're going for something like this, especially where they're like the most heavily faked, I would just go with it. You're probably right. You're probably not, unless you're buying from one of them at one of their like crazy sales, which sometimes happens, or you can buy a Spyderco factory second, which is how I usually do them. Sometimes the blades are warped, so that could be a problem, but they're usually pretty functional. Um, but I wouldn't, you're not gonna get this for $5. It's not a gas station knife. I'm sorry, you know. And you might even like your gas station knife better if you do get one, because sometimes those are kind of fun looking. Anyway, um, this can be a little plain. That's why people buy custom scales and shit for them. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off for the day, at least until it's arc time. I'll probably record some arc stuff off stream. I don't really know. I think we're preparing to breed Ocedons or something because we finally remembered we could do that. Um, we'll see how that goes. But thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you to Muse Mallow for not giving any consent whatsoever, but posting your art. I copied it. Obviously, with everything, I feel like it's been obvious. I'm literally just learning from sketching other people's actual good artwork. And I feel like I'm not taking credit as the original artist to begin with, right? It's obvious I'm learning. It's not even like the same class when I finish my sketch compared to how fucking great this looks. So I feel like we're good, right? It's not like I'm saying I drew that, you know? And if you really wanted to be like some sort of dick about all of it, you could be like, well, you drew it in the same exact pose and you drew their character and all that. But like at the end of the day, it's a fucking bust shot. Like it's such a common type of picture. It has its own styling. So you can't really claim that. You can claim that I drew their character without their consent, and that's fair, I suppose. I guess I could ask them, but there's also no guarantee they respond, particularly since I just find it on stream. And I don't think the type of person who would post their art like this would mind someone learning to do it. It would be different if I just took it and like went to whatever the fuck AI shit that's failing right now. Would just be like uh you know draw this but like in a different color. That'd be completely different. This is, I mean, if I had to guess, I don't know this person at all, but in general, the people who we have sketched stuff of have probably learned how to sketch either by doing something similar, right? Seeing other people's works, tracing over it. We didn't even trace. We are just copying, like visually, we look. Um, but it's that or from anime or their art class where again they probably have like a single picture, everybody draws it, turns it in, right? They all do their Apple thing. But we did mention AI, so I still want to put up this banger tweet from January 2nd that I think AI will crash this year and a lot of billionaires are going to be real disappointed. And everybody is saying that some of those, like, I think it's like OpenAI is going to run out of money soon. Fuck you for buying all the RAM and the storage because I need storage for my videos and shit. Fuck you. I think I'm gonna have to spend like $300 for like 20 terabytes. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. Uh, I should get out of here before I cough more. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. Hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Until then.